Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. So we're doing episode 2 of Halo, which came out last week. They come out on Thursdays, I believe, on Paramount Plus. So, but yeah, so Halo episode 2. Right off the bat, what do you think about it? How'd you like the episode?
I enjoyed it, but the more I'm watching Halo, the more I'm getting a lot of Expanse vibes. I know
Mm,
you if you saw because I watched every episode of the Expanse. It's clunky, but it's such a good story. It makes so much sense. I feel like that it's the same type of vibes with this. Right off the bat, I feel that way. Especially after seeing this last episode, see how people have their own rock, you know, how they're, living out outer space and dealing with these things. Uh yeah, I like it. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm not too in depth of the Halo lore from the video game, so this is all kind of new. And from what I understand, it's very
it's still new.
different. Yeah,
Because
very
it's not
different.
like
Which
anything with Halo.
yeah, which I don't mind. It's like cool, make a different story with the same characters, and yeah, I don't mind that kind of stuff. I know there's other like people that are like, oh no, you didn't say the exact thing at the exact time and do the exact thing. So but yeah, I mean, we get a lot of Master Chief without a helmet on. I mean, I think he has his helmet on for maybe 5 minutes in
Dude,
this whole hour-long episode, almost hour long.
like for us for not never seeing his face, it's just blowing my mind how much he has his helmet off. Like, what the hell? And the part of the thing is with Master Chief, like he's the leader, and they will do whatever he says, and they'll follow him to the depths of hell. They
Mhm.
will follow Master Chief, and the other ones. I just don't understand why you know they're they're he's doing so much without them.
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you doing so much without them? Why when those are his people, they're there for him, yet somehow he doesn't know that they're connected, and that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it starts off this episode with the flashback, I guess when he was younger,
Hmm.
and then the whole Soren thing. Um So, I mean, you get a lot of like stuff like that when he meets Soren again, and they kind of like hang out. And he tells him a lot of different stuff. And he's like, "Oh, if you take the pellet off, you can taste stuff." Like I'm like, "Damn, it does that to you? You can't even taste." So,
You say he hasn't felt anything in years.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of cool. And the more I'm watching this, I'm like, "There's no way they could have told the story that they're telling and him have have his helmet on."
Hmm.
Like, there's no way. Like, once he, spoiler, I guess, second episode, but he gets arrested. I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna let him keep his gear on. There's no way. So I get that where like something like Mandalorian, where it's a lot of just him going to random places, and there's now like an army. Where here you have like a literal army. So like, yeah, he's in trouble. They're not gonna they're like, oh yeah, wear your gear that makes you super strong and super like fast and stuff. Like, yeah, keep it on.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't mind it.
he's super strong and fast even without the gear.
Yeah.
He's like superhuman. They gave him extra everything inside their body already, so he's already really strong. It just keeps him safe inside the gear because it's basically everything proof.
Hmm.
Um, but uh, there's a lot of little things, but let's get into it more. Just,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, what do you want to get into? Because
what?
I felt like, I felt like Master Chief's part of the story until the very end was kind of, I didn't care about it until he met Reef, whatever.
Mhm,
Um, but before that, I was more interested in what they were trying to figure out back home on Reach. The headquarters.
mhm.
With the doctor and stuff like that, and all and even the Covenant. They have the Blessed One, which is the female, like women, human woman.
Yeah, supposed to be the
So
blessed
yeah,
one. She supposedly is the blessed one, the one who can
yeah.
make everything work and show them the way to the ring. And I guess it's Master Chief, and which is crazy. Um, but it is what it is. Okay, so I still don't understand why he doesn't call back to the other Spartans. as I said, like there's only them. His unit is those four that have been doing things for from his mouth 20 years.
Mhm.
They're a family basically. But I guess what it is that you don't have any feelings, there's no connection. But then there is a connection, as far as Arthur in the game, there's always a connection. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm kind of torn between the two. Like I thought there should have been a connection, but the way they're doing the story, I guess it can't really be a connection.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know which one she is, but the one because there's Master Chief and then the three other ones,
Hmm.
and one of the female ones. It kept cutting to her, and I can't think of her name, and she looked very concerned all the time.
Hmm.
So I think she definitely has a more of a
A
connection
connection to him.
to, to Master Chief and stuff like that. But also, I mean, I don't blame him because he's like, well, shit, I'm a killing machine and they are killing machines. If I tell them like, hey, help me out, are they will they help me? Just because of like imagine like he knows what he would do in that situation. So
What he would have done, yeah.
yeah, so I guess it's kind of like yeah. So does that play in in his like head? He's like, oh shit, can I really trust him? Where Soren, you can trust because he's out of that world. He's doing something else. He's free. So
But he
so
always knew you could trust him. Hold on, my mic.
yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't mind it. Soren, who the hell? I gotta look up this cast because I couldn't figure out who he was, and I saw that face before, I heard that voice before, and I couldn't remember where he was from.
I mean, he's in a lot of movies. What's going on?
Woodbane, Bokeem Woodbane. He's Soren. What is he? What was he in? He was in Ghostbusters, I guess.
I mean,
Trying to
he's
see
in.
what.
Well, I remember him in Jason's Lyric. What's going
Dead.
on?
I guess he was in Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents. He definitely was the main guy there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he was in The Rock.
Yeah.
Um, he was Blade. Check that out. This in 2006, they did a Blade the series, and he was Blade.
Really?
I didn't know. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
I don't remember. I didn't remember that.
No.
So much, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all good? What's up with your?
It's rattling. I don't know why. Why is it rattling so much? Do you hear me rattling?
No, but when you talk, it sounds like there's like a fan on almost, like a little like whooshing sound.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Huh.
It just started. It just did it out of nowhere.
It's just all of a sudden nowhere, out of nowhere. I don't know why it's doing it.
It doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound like choppy or anything.
But then I won't worry about it.
I mean, at least yeah, on my end it doesn't. Kate Kennedy is the other Spartan Kai 125.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is she from? I want to say I know I saw hers from somewhere, but she looks like she was what was that Legends of Tomorrow? Was she like the love interest? That's what she looks like.
Was she in the Legends of Tomorrow? I think you're right. I do believe that.
Yeah, but she looked a little familiar.
What do you think about the whole mother, daughter, husband, all of them being like head scientists of different divisions, and then the father being in part the head of the military part?
Yeah, that's not going to end well. I mean, that's for sure. that's too much. You gotta separate it a little bit. Yeah, that's not good.
She's like, yeah, she's my mother, but I don't really know her.
Yeah,
Like what? You work at the same place, you don't know her? What the hell?
I guess that's what they're trying to get at, where like her mom is so like invested in it, where I guess the dad kind of had to step in. I don't know. I don't know. Like some of these side characters, I really don't care about yet. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know.
Like
Something
I
about
don't know.
Dr. Halsey just makes me really wonder about what's going on with her.
Yeah,
You know,
her for sure. So real quick, so that clone that's in the tube,
it's her.
is that her?
Crazy. Yeah, that's her. So the clone she made was of her.
Okay. Okay.
That way
That's what
she
I
didn't break the rules. She used her own body.
yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. So I'm like, so the one that was talking to Master Chief at the end, was that the clone or was that her? And I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah. I think it's her. So I think the clone hasn't been woken up yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean that's all me tripping. I don't trust her though. I don't know in the games if she's somebody you trust or not, but I don't trust her.
You can't trust her because she is the reason he doesn't have a memory of who he is. Everything. She's done everything to him. But he kind of is in love with her, like sees her as like this figure that he trusts her intrinsically, and it's so bad for him. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. You know,
Yeah. So any big so I mean the big part is he goes and runs and hide and meets Soren.
Soren. Yeah.
They talk blah blah blah. He meets and he introduces him to this guy who was abducted, I guess, by the Covenant. Riff, something like that.
Yeah.
And then he kind of gives Master Chief a little breakdown. He's like, "Oh, this thing is gonna find this weapon, the ring, and blah blah blah, and it's only the blessed ones know how to use it." And as he went to go break it,
supposed to be one blessed one. Like literally, if he destroyed
it's in the name, I guess.
If he destroyed it and killed himself, they could do nothing.
Yeah.
In the story.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Then he went to go break it. I think he should have. I mean, I guess, but then he grabbed it and sent the big shockwave through and
everybody
this and that. And then I still don't get it. But he decides to go back. He turned himself in, and I don't understand why. I don't know if
he didn't know where else to go. He only knows the military. He has no other thoughts in his mind. And even Soren said when the young Soren said, what they did to my hand, this is messed up. But what they did to you, that's the worst thing in the world. Because he has no memories of anything. He has no childhood. He has no nothing, no connection to anybody. That's how you get rid of his emotions, because you took away his connection to humanity.
Yeah.
So he has no memories. So I mean, and Soren's able to take the little chip out and be fine.
Yeah.
Remember everything and know what's going on.
And be back to like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I guess like if you have nowhere else to go and you want answers and they have the answers, I guess, but it's just I'm like, really? Like what? You're gonna literally turn yourself in?
And
like they're not good people.
You left the girl. Why would you leave?
Yeah.
Leave her there, I guess Soren's the only person he could trust outside them. And you can't trust them. So I think what's going to happen, you see the Covenant's going to show that they can't be trusted either.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to.
And he's going to.
What's her name?
Yeah.
The girl.
And he's going to get the rest of the Spartans and go. Try to take it and go. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting couple of episodes coming up.
Yeah. I'm really interested in it now, especially what they're going to do with the clone with Cortana and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not like hyped. Like I can't wait to see the next episode, but I'm interested.
Interested, yeah. It's starting to get interesting.
I'm interested. I like it so far. I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about him just showing his face a lot. I get it, but it's just it's off. It doesn't feel Halo like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's not, and I think that's what it is. It's not Halo. This is really, I tell you, it's more like The Expanse. You know, I've watched all episodes of that. It's very similar to that type of world.
Mhm.
It's very loosely based on the game.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's I think they're getting like the words and some of the looks, and that's about it. And then they're kind of like going with their own kind of story, which
It's
is
like
not
Law
bad.
and
I don't
Order.
mind it.
The representation and it's close to these figures is just coincidental. It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah, exactly.
this is not their story.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I'm trying to look at anything else. Anything else we missed?
No, I mean just all these dynamics, all these triangles right now are going to start to take form. We got a lot of introduction in the stuff the first two episodes, but now we got to see what happens with Captain Keys and Doctor Keys and what's Doctor's Halsey and how that works, and then what Dr. Halsey usurping her boss in front of everybody, how that comes out, and then what does Master Chief do with the rest of the Spartans? That's gonna be anything. And then how long before Soren comes back into the picture? And
Mhm.
does it come to a point where Master Chief only can trust Soren and he gives him some armor, and then Soren has to go out even though he has his son that Master Chief thought that he couldn't have kids.
Yeah,
Now he knows that he can. How's that change things? I mean, this is a lot of questions.
yeah,
And what if Master Chief and one of the other Spartans do have that relationship, but they always thought they can't have kids, and then he finds out you can. How does that change things? I mean, there's just a lot of things that are left unanswered, and there's a lot of ways they could go. Now that they know, now that we know they're not following the game.
yeah, yeah. They're going way out. And then real quick, what you were saying, everything, dude. The guy on Madrigal that was sent there by the USN or UNSC,
Yeah.
that was crazy. Like I did not expect that to happen. Where like he's just like bloom, 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 bloom. Like
As he's
I'm like,
talking to everybody,
damn.
bam, super D bad, bam, super D bad. Like, wow, all right, that's one way of doing that, I guess. Huh?
And that dude, what's his name? He's like he always plays a bad guy. He always plays the perfect bad guy.
Yeah, agreed.
I can't think of it, but he's always been weird
No,
and
I mean, I
weird.
guess what's the other movie? When it can't, with Idris Elba, not Idris, yeah, Idris Elba. He was the captain. Uh, the Machines. Oh, I don't know why I'm blanking. Oh my god.
I can't think of his name. I'm having a brain fart with his name, but yeah, he's been in other sci-fi kind of stuff that's definitely been uh he's always the bad guy. He just has that voice and this is that look of being evil. So
Pacific Rim. He was in Pacific Rim.
yes,
He was a good doctor then.
yeah,
He was, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, right now, so right as of right now, it's I forgot on the tomato meter. Halo's at 80% on the tomato meter.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
put it too. That's about right.
yeah, like good, but I'm not like super excited.
Yeah.
But good.
Like when it comes out, before the next one comes out, I'll watch it. But I'm not gonna
Yeah.
sit there like midnight. Let's have a watch party. Not yet. It's not there yet.
Yeah, it's not to that level. So we'll watch. We'll probably keep watching it. I'm down to keep talking about it. So we'll do episode 3 next week. But as of recording this, episode 3 comes out tomorrow, I believe. So we can do that. But cool, man. Anything else before we go on to our last one?
No, I mean I'm interested though.
Yeah.
It got my attention. I'm all for it.